Introversion has this sort of stigmatism around it. I've fallen prey to it myself before, but people perceive it in a particular way, and that for most people simply isn't true. It takes a very different form than what people think it does, but that's the nature of society. That's the nature of perceptions of things you don't experience. You have ideas about what things are, even when you have, in reality, no idea. There's a confusion, not even really confusion, that to be introverted is to just sit in your room, waste your life away on who knows what, on these days social media, and that's partially true, but that's limiting what it is. That's looking only at the effects. That's looking at what you can see, not all that's really there. People seem to believe that this is a lack of wanting interaction, not just a lack of seeking it, but a lack of desire for it. And I'm certain that there are people that are like this, but I know that I definitely qualify as somebody that's introverted, but I'd say that I suffer from a particular type of this that I have no idea how common it is, because it's not a disorder, it's not some sort of medical disease, it's just a way of thinking, not even necessarily that's flawed, it's just a way of being, and that way of being is to want for interaction, to want to be around people, but not knowing how. If there's anyone out there that's like me, you'll understand exactly what I'm saying when I say that symptoms look the same. You sit around, you watch YouTube, you scroll through social media, even go through bouts of productivity. For me, that means fixing amplifiers, it means putting computers together, it means making YouTube videos, it means streaming every night. But if you looked, how often do we leave? And when we do, how much conversation is had? Just today, I took a walk to both times. I went to the music store and I talked to people there for need of it, but on the way, nothing. On the way back, nothing, because I don't really know. It doesn't feel right to approach people. It feels like that's wrong in some way to do, like I'm just supposed to sit and do my own thing and everybody else does the same, that if they want to talk, they'll talk to me. And I'm aware it's a dangerous mindset, because then when nobody does, which is the inevitability that I face very often, it feels with that nobody wants to, that nobody cares, that I'm the only person that knows and cares of my own existence. Sometimes I don't know why I do this to myself. I knew what would happen. There's a million things I could have done before it came to this. Opportunity after opportunity I wasted. It felt like nobody cared. And I hate to want some extravagant welcome back, but it seemed like I was the only one who didn't get it. I guess I'm just not somebody who's easy to talk to. I know that. I accept it. Whether it's my fault or not, I'm not somebody that carries conversation well. So I guess I can't even really blame anyone but myself. It wasn't even so bad. I know you cared. She cared. Even her husband seemed like he was happy to see me. That's all I needed. But I stayed. You were gone. She was busy. And her husband was fun to talk to, but two guys like us can only talk for so long. So I sat quietly and watched as everybody else trickled out with their people, until I finally left with a group who didn't acknowledge my existence, and left without a word. It's my own fault, but am I wrong to be sad that that's the way my life is? Wrong to be scared that's all it'll ever be? Some days it's fine. Some days it feels natural to just sit there and do what I want and fiddle with technology and talk to myself. And that's all I want out of life. But other days it isn't. Other days I want somebody there. I want somebody to approach me, but how could they? How could anybody know? If they did, how would they? There's no means to do so if I never leave except out of necessity. I'm aware of the bad cyclical nature that the mindset has, but how do you break it? What do you do? Just talking to strangers doesn't feel right. And even talking to people you know, you feel like you're a burden to them, like they don't really want to talk to you, that it's one-sided. It always feels one-sided. It's hard to talk about because it's not only such a disconnected issue from what a lot of people experience, but it's hard to frame in a way that you don't just feel like it's your own damn fault. It's not. Some people are built where they don't interact the way that most people do, and that's okay, but how do you explain that? How do others ever understand what that's like to want people in your life, to want to feel like you're not the only person that cares, but to not know how to do so? I know I'm not the only one that's like this. I've never seen anybody else like this, but how would I? It's the nature of the beast. You don't really see, talk to, or know a lot of other people too well, so maybe everybody's like this. Maybe nobody is. Maybe it's just me. How would I ever know? But I have a feeling I can't be the only one. It's just... No. Everyone else out there that's like me, I'm sorry. It's hard to believe, but there are other people out there that are like this that just pass by. You'd never know. But they're there. I'm one of them. I want to ask a favor. If you have friends, if you have people that you talk to, if there's people in your life, if you talk to people more than consistently. I was gonna spit out a number, but there's no number. It's consistency. If you speak to somebody consistently, then that's a good thing. And if you are somebody that knows people, that talks to people, that knows how to do those things correctly, then we need your help. People like me that don't know how to do those things, we're out here. We're among you. Please, talk to us. We'll talk back. We just don't know how to start the conversation. Some of us don't even know well how to carry it on, but please do for us what we can't do for ourselves. And for the rest of you, those of you like me that don't know how to talk, that want to meet people, don't know how, do what I did. Find your outlet. Make it so that you're not wasting away. YouTube was a great thing for me. To say that I'm doing YouTube is a bit of a stretch, but I am. I mean, I think of myself as doing YouTube. Whenever I haven't uploaded a video for a week or two, I think to myself, oh, I need to do something. This isn't that. I felt that I needed to say something about this whole mess that I find myself in, that I feel that others have to be in. I can't be the only one that's like this. And I would say find your thing. Even if you're like me and you found the things that you like build computers, take them apart, figure out how live streaming works, play guitar and upload YouTube videos, do live streaming. Even if you find those things and nobody else cares about them, it's common reality. I know I've experienced it. My interests are so obscure. I don't meet people through computer building. No, I just don't. But it helps to solidify at least my sense of me, to be comfortable with myself. Not necessarily the social aspect of where I fit into the world, but it helps me determine who I am as a person. And to say I've found it, no, I haven't. I'm not even close. I have no idea. But I feel like I'm on the right path. And that path didn't involve people. That path involved doing things by myself, going down rabbit holes that I felt interested in to see where it would lead, and that's what it's about. It's about finding those things that satisfy you, not that satisfy everybody else. Not that are meaningful to everybody else, but are meaningful to you. And they're out there. Everybody likes something. Go out. Or don't. Stay in. Half the time, that's the best part. You don't need to go anywhere to find your interests. But find it. Find what you want to do and do it.